Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. If you have never been to my channel before, hello, I'm Nicole. Stick around, hit subscribe. This is going to be a part of the Shit That I Dig series here on this channel, but this is a different type of shit that I dig because this is the shit that I dig the most. Every item on this list is universally amazing. You obviously might want to account for the shade of certain things according to your skin tone, but generally speaking, I think every single thing on this list is something that I would recommend to basically anybody who asked me. Like if you asked me, what eyeliner do you recommend? It would be this one, 100% of the time. So with that being said, let's jump in and start talking about the first item. The first item on the list is not going to come to a surprise to any of you who watch my tutorials because I use this every goddamn time. This is the Anaastasia Beverly Hills Darkside Gel Liner Pencil. Basically, this is the most tenacious eyeliner I have ever used in pencil form. When you put this on your waterline or in your tight line, it just doesn't move. It is thick and black, and it sets, and it's waterproof, and basically when it's on there, you have to scrub it out of your lashes with a Q-tip, which is annoying, but it's the darkest, most smoldery liner that you will ever wear in your life, and it's probably one of the liners that stays the absolute best in the waterline that I have ever used in my entire life. Item number 2 is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. I actually tried my best to try to like other similar liners because like I go through these so quickly and they are $20 a piece. So I tried the NYX one. The NYX one that's similar that also has a brush tip is pretty good, but over time I actually find that it like releases too much product out of the tip and it kind of bleeds all over your face. So for the first week or two of using it, it's great, and then after that you are gambling on whether you're going to have a hot mess on your hands. With the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, I know it's going to work perfect every time until it just stops working. So, you know, like eventually it will dry out. It doesn't last as long as I wish it would. However, I do use it every day, and I often use it for lip art as well, which definitely makes it run out faster because like think about how much more I'm drying around my lips with it than I would be if I was just doing a winged eyeliner. So it is what it is. The brush tip on this makes it the most precise application in like the easiest format ever. It never gets like frayed. It never gets like splayed out like this. It's perfectly pointy every time you use it. It also distributes the right amount of product until it dries out. And on top of that, it wears like nothing else. I have never had anything be more waterproof or transfer proof. It's the best. It's the holy grail. It's the holy grail of eyeliners. Fight me, fight me. One small complaint I do have about it is that it does have like a satin finish. So if I want a completely matte look, I don't get it with this. So what I wind up doing is patting a little bit of matte black eyeshadow over it after I use it to take down some of the shine. However, it is rumored that Kat Von D is coming out with a completely matte version of this, which I will be all the fuck over. Next on the list is the Urban Decay setting spray, either all nighter or this one, which is De-Slick. Both of them work excellently. Some of the other ones, the cooling one or whatever, I don't like as much, but either of those two variations, so the De-Slick or the all nighter Urban Decay setting sprays, holy grail setting spray. Honestly, like I've tried alternatives, and you know, sometimes I do use, again, I use like the NYX version now and then. It's good, it's okay, but it's just not this. I know when I put this on that my makeup's gonna last all day, unless it's like some sort of extenuating circumstance where I had like a ton of like oily something underneath my foundation to begin with, or I like got thrown in a pool or something like that, which doesn't happen very often. I know my makeup's gonna be where I put it at the end of the day. It's a little pricey, but it lasts long enough as long as you don't go too overboard when you apply it. The one major complaint I have about this item though is the packaging always gets filthy. It has like this rubbery texture finish to it, and it just gets makeup all over it. Like it looks grimy as fuck. That's why I didn't do like a zoomed in close-up for you guys on this, because it looks nasty. And I had actually been bitching about that when they had the white packaging and then they switched it to the black packaging, and I was like, yeah, it's not gonna look nasty anymore. And now it's just exactly the same thing, except that the black looks nasty. So it's really the texture of the bottle that's a problem, I think. It needs to be more slippery so you can wipe it more easily, but whatever, it is what it is. As long as it works, I'm going to keep using it. This is my absolute go-to. I cannot be without it. This next item I've spoken about in a favorites video not that long ago, but it needs to be repeated because I think it is very important. This is the House of Lashes Black Lash Glue. I would say that my holy grail lash glue is the House of Lashes lash glue in general, but the black one especially because it dries down to a dark finish, which hides any little creepy spots that might be between your lashes and your fake lashes. It kind of just blends in with your eyeliner more easily, and you don't have to wait for it to dry completely for it to be invisible, which I also like because I often do my makeup very quickly and then take pictures of it like shortly after. So having a white lash glue that's still drying is a pain in my dick. I don't have a dick, but you know what I mean? Like it's a pain. It's a pain. I'm currently using the tiny little travel bottle. It comes in a much bigger size than this normally. I think the big size is $8, which is not bad. That's like not even barely more than drugstore pricing, so it's definitely a good deal. Nothing lasts on my eyes like this does. Like, this is the stickiest lash glue of all time. Some people say that it's too sticky and they don't like it, which I understand, but for me, I have a very round eye shape, so I need all the help I can get to get my lashes to stick on there and not like come flapping off in the edges. This gets the job done. I've also heard a lot of people say recently that they find that this is suddenly irritating their lash line, which is really unfortunate, and I hope that doesn't start happening to me, because if it does, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna be so upset because I don't know what I'll do. This right here is the holy grail highlighter if you are pale as fuck and have big pores, okay? You ready? These are the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. This is the color Celestial. I also have the color Moonbeam. I think I prefer Moonbeam. I just grabbed Celestial because it was closer to me. Same formula, just different shades. These drops are the wettest, dewiest, prettiest highlighter I've ever used. They show up very, very, very bright on my skin even when I'm super pale. They do not settle into my pores and make them look like caverns, which is ideal always. And they set. Basically where they dry is where they stay until you take it off with like heavy duty makeup remover. This shit does not go anywhere. It is blinding all day long. I have heard people complain that they don't like applying it and it gets patchy. That is because it dries really quickly. So my way of doing it is I put a big drop on the back of my hand, I grab my damp sponge and pounce it in there and then quickly put it on my cheeks. I never get splotches, I never get spots. It looks dope as fuck every single time. Cannot recommend these enough. As long as you apply them correctly, you will love them. Speaking of sponges, my next item is the Real Techniques makeup sponge. This is the original one that they came out with. I have purchased a few of the new shapes that they have released, and I don't like any of them. I only like this one. I do have a bigger one that's like the same shape as this, but it's gigantic. You could also use it on your body. I like that too, but just generally speaking, this one is my holy grail. I use this to apply my foundation every day. I use this to cut underneath my cheekbones to clean up my contour. I use it underneath my eyes. I use it for my highlight. Like I mentioned, I use this for everything. I have like 50 of them. It is the best sponge. I like the texture of this the best. They're affordable. I think they're like $5.99 or like a 2-pack for $8.99 or something along those lines. Like the prices are really, really, really great. They last just as long as a Beauty Blender brand sponge. They are a little bit maybe squishier than that, but I actually prefer the squishiness, and I really do like the flat edge here. I think that's really helpful for a lot of different areas on your face. Cannot recommend these enough. I will go to my grave using the Real Techniques sponge. The next item is a blush. This is the Becca Mineral Blush in the color Wild Honey. I'm a big fan of nude blushes, especially like a peachy toned nude blush. I find that pinks look really lame on me and make me look like a little girl. It's just, I think on my really fair skin with my dark hair, it gets like Snow White vibes, and I'm just not about it. With a peachy toned blush like this, it's lovely. This also is just like right around in that color where it can also double as a bronzer for me. So if I'm traveling, I can throw this in my suitcase and I have like just a light, very mild bronzy color that I can dust over my face if I need to look like I have a little bit more color. The pigmentation is the right amount for a blush. It's not underpigmented, it's not overpigmented, because let me tell you, when a blush is too pigmented, that shit's not good either. It blends well, it wears well. I've had this same package for years and I still haven't hit pan on it, and I use it every goddamn day of my life. Best blush purchase ever, ever, ever if you're super pale. And if you're not super pale and you prefer different shades, just the formula in general I think is fantastic for a blush, so I would check out all the colors that they have available. If you are looking for something that you are going to be using on a daily basis, the Becca Mineral Blushes are a number one. This next item is something that I am bringing back from like way back in the day. Like I mentioned in my Urban Decay Naked Heat tutorial, MAC sent me their entire line of lip products, so I have all of the MAC lip glosses. I have not used MAC lip gloss in a couple of years because I went through a phase where I barely wore gloss at all, and I'm so glad that they included the lip gloss collection in the package that they sent me, because I forgot how incredible lip gloss is. It was the first gloss that was ever on the market that had that glassy finish. The name really hits the nail right on the head. The one that I find myself wearing most often is this shade here. It's called Nymphette. It's kind of like a light pinky clear with a gold shift in it. It's just very pretty sort of a shade. The other one that I wear often is Oyster Girl, which is clear with like a champagne-y silver shimmer. Very, very pretty. The reason that I say that these are holy grail is because I forgot until I tried them again how glossy they are. Like, you know, some glosses you put on and you're like, this could like very well be a glorified chapstick, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't give you that like glassy, glazed, plump look that just makes your lips look smooth. This is the glassiest of all. I remember back in the day when these first came out, they seemed like they were stickier then. I think they have updated the formula so that it is less sticky, which is even better because it still has that incredible glassy finish, but it is not sticky. It doesn't get my hair stuck in it anymore, which was like my only complaint about it back in the day, but I used to just like sacrifice my hair getting stuck in my gloss just to have that look because I really love that glassy lip gloss look. So like I'm kind of getting back into the glassy lip gloss thing now. Some of my other favorite lip glosses are the Buxom lip polishes and the Anaastasia lip glosses. But now that I've been using these again, I have to say that this formula blows those out of the water. The color selection is pretty awesome. They have kind of something for everyone. They even have some like more like really pigmented dark shades and stuff like that. So if you're more into like glossy, like berry lips or something, or red lips, they do have that as well, and the formula is the same, and it does that same smooth, that finish. I can't describe it any other way. It looks like glass on your lips. I know I'm wearing a matte lipstick today, which makes me look like an asshole, of course. However, I am back on the lip gloss train, and I am going to be glossing it up all summer, so watch out. We got some glossy looks coming in the future. And the last item, it's not glamorous, and I've talked about it before, but I'm going to talk about it again because it's that good. And if you do not have this yet, if you do not have this product yet, what are you doing? Okay, what are you doing? This is the Lucas Papaw Ointment. If you have chapped lips, if you have fucked up cuticles, if you have this dry skin on the end of your nose, like somebody you may know that it has a recurring dry skin spot on their nose, you need this. Honestly, this has literally saved my lips from oblivion on a number of occasions. I have swatched 30 lip liners in a row and used this and been okay. Okay, think about that for a second. 30 lip liners, and I was okay. I put this on in between like every 10 swatches or so, and I came out okay on the other end. That shit is important to note, okay? I put this on every night before bed under a thicker lip balm. I use this when I wake up in the morning. I use it throughout the day if my lips feel a little parched. This is what you need. If your lips are burning and chapped, you will put this on and it will feel like instant relief. It's the perfect thing to prep before you put lipstick on. I really can't recommend this enough. If you do not have it yet, I think you're maybe losing your mind and you need to go and reconsider your entire existence. The tube here is 25 grams, and I believe it retails in the US for around $13.99 or $14.99, which is not super cheap for a balm for your lips. However, the tube is pretty big, and it lasts me like nearly a year, to be honest with you, and I use the shit out of it too. Like, a little bit goes a long way. It's not something that you need to repurchase often. It's definitely 100% worth the price. Your lips will thank you. So as it stands right now in June of 2017, those are my holy grail makeup items, top 10 that I couldn't live without. If you guys have any items that you think are better than these items, or items that you think should be included in a list such as this, please let me know in a comment below. I would love, love, love to know what your ride or dies are. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because that really helps me out. Please also don't forget to subscribe, because I would love to be friends with you. Please stick around. It would be so much fun. We're gonna have a good time, I promise. Don't forget to follow me on social media. I am at Ms. Quinnface on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, just like I am on here. I will list that everywhere that is relevant for you to find me, and my name is the same everywhere. You can't get rid of me. I post every single day on Instagram, so head over there and see some of my more creative makeup looks. I like to get a little crazy over there, so come check it out. Let me know what you think. It's also a faster way to keep in touch with me, because YouTube doesn't like to show me my comments sometimes. Also, Twitter is a faster way to keep in touch with me, so keep that in mind as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.